Hey, what is up, fellow raiders? This is Vulcan Dan, and in today's Raid Shadow Legends video, we are going to talk about a lot of things that are happening in Raid. We have so many things. First, we've had the 3 heads from the new HYDRA clan boss, and we did not know if those are the only 3 heads, but now we have confirmation that there are 2 more, so that's a total of 5. This new HYDRA clan boss is going to be crazy. I have no idea how this is going to work, how the whole clan mechanic is going to work. Are we going to have to all log in together at the same time? It may be 2 or 3 or 4 of your clanmates beat this HYDRA clan boss all at the same time, because 5 heads all together sounds like a lot, because these are 5 bosses. It's like 5 boss fights all in one, and we don't even know if there's a 6th or a 7th head coming soon that Plarium is not yet releasing. But anyway, let's take a look at this one. I have not read this yet. This is the Head of Wrath. A1 AoE places a decreased attack for 2 turns, so quite a of course a nasty debuff there. 2-turn decreased attack. Has a passive effect. Each enemy hit received increases the vengeance counter by 1. So this is new. Vengeance. All right, so whenever the vengeance counter reaches 15, all right, okay, so whenever he is hit, so I guess of course, assuming your champions hit him once each time, assuming it's just a single hitter. If you bring a cold heart, that's 4 hits, so we'll bring up the vengeance counter by 4. But yeah, all right, so places a whenever it reaches 15, places a vengeance buff, a block debuffs buff, and reflect damage on this head for 1 turn, then has an AoE hit. Alright, so we still do not know what this vengeance buff is. I have no idea. I couldn't take a guess right now. But yeah, the vengeance counter resets every time it reaches 15. Enemy hits will not be counted while under a vengeance buff. Alright. Okay. Similar to what we have with Astranix, the Dark Phase, she also has a counter wherein she will create mirror copies of all of your champions. This is the same thing with the counters. All right, let me move myself to the other side. There you go. All right. We have this decapitation effect, inflicts damage to all heads whenever this head is decapitated. If this head is decapitated while under vengeance, the damage inflicted to all heads increases, and there's a 25% chance of placing a leech on all heads for 2 turns. So yeah, so far every head has this decapitation effect when they die. If this head is decapitated while under vengeance, and vengeance is only up for 1 turn. Yeah, so but when it is up there, you get more damage to all of the heads, and there's a leech. All right, okay, quite conditional, but you know, that's a good thing to have. Has an A2, also an AoE hit, so 2 AoE hits. This one is a provoke. AoE provoke is quite nasty, because that will of course force all of your champions to just do their A1 for a whole turn, and places an increased attack on this head for 3 turns. Okay, double AoE, decrease attack, and provoke. Quite a difficult head right here, this Head of Wrath. Decrease the damage all HYDRA heads take from AoE attacks by 10%. So all of the HYDRA heads have this. One of them has that 30%, the others have 10%. So it looks like while you would of course want to AoE nuke the heads when the battle starts, because let's say all 5 heads are alive, but the more heads that are alive, the more that they would decrease the damage from AoE attacks. So it's kind of a weird thing wherein, yes, there are 5 heads all there at once, but you'll need to single target damage them one by one, pick them off. We still don't know which head will be the best, you know, to kill off first, but we will know when we actually see the actual boss fight. But yeah, it seems like AoEs will not do much damage if all 5 are up at the same time. All right, and these other things, I think this is all the same. Yeah, HP burn, all right, immune to all of these stuff, and also petrification. We still do not know what that is. But yeah, looks like a very nasty one, and we still have one more. We have this Head of Blight. All right. This was on Facebook. I found this on the Raid's Facebook page. A1 AoE 3 poisons for 2 turns. So that's 3 poisons for every single one of your champions, and leech. Poisons and leech. So that's immediately 4 debuffs. I remember that one of the heads actually hits for more damage the more debuffs you have on your team. I think it's 25% more damage. So this one is an immediate 100% more damage. Plus the last boss, or the last head, this one has a decreased attack and a provoke. So that's a lot of debuff. So this is probably going to be a very difficult fight. We'll have to plan this very carefully. All right. Decapitation effect inflicts damage to all heads under HP burn debuffs whenever this head is decapitated. Okay. All right. Okay. So far, maybe because we have 5 heads there, bringing in an AoE HP burn would be very good. Someone like a Crypt King Grawl. Who else? Ultimate Galek for an epic. Mordecai. So I think those are good for this champion. Maybe a Venus, you know. AoE HP burn seems like it's going to be good because, of course, we have 5 bosses here. This one, A2 is an AoE, places a poison, another poison, but this is just a single poison for 3 turns. Instantly deals damage from all poison debuffs on each enemy under a leech. Alright, so he places a leech on his A1. Alright, so if you have a leech, so you will of course want to remove that leech, because if not, you will get a poison explosion similar to a Xavia that would potentially wipe your entire team. So quite... I don't know, this 5 heads all together seems like a very difficult fight. We have an A3 places a Poison Cloud. This is a new one. Poison Cloud buff on all Hydra heads for 2 turns. This buff cannot be removed or transferred. Cannot be removed or transferred. So we have, I think it was Riho Bone Spear that can transfer debuffs, and we have a few other champs as well. So we cannot do that here. Poison Cloud. Okay. Poison Cloud. So I'm thinking, if I'm this is just what I'm thinking, what Poison Cloud could be is that whenever you hit them and they have Poison Cloud up, your champion will get maybe 1 poison. And that can stack up. So, and I hope it's not per hit, because if you, let's say, if you have a triple hitter, will that place 3 poisons on you? So yeah, so a lot of new debuffs here. We have Petrification, we have Pain Link, Poison Cloud, we have Vengeance. So yeah, so many new things happening to the game coming in 2022. Bloat, passive, inflicts damage to all heads under HP burn whenever this head is decapitated. Okay, alright. And this one, okay. Oh, this head receives double damage from HP burn. Okay, and decreases the damage all Hydra heads take from AoE attack. So this guy, Head of Blight, you would want to place HP burn on him. When you're, of course, when you're bringing HP burn, you're probably going to want to bring in AoE HP burn and not a single target. All right, and I think these are all the same. All the same here. Yes. Wait. No, this guy is immune to poison. I think the other heads are not immune to poison, but this guy, since he is the one that's bringing poisons, he is immune to poisons, but instead you would want to place HP burn on him. I think it's still good to bring an AoE poisoner, but just take note that this is the one head that will not receive damage from poisons, or you won't be able to even place poisons on him in the first place. All right, 5 heads seems like a very difficult fight, but of course that makes the game more fun. And yeah, so we have this one. Also, we will have a ×10 event coming very soon. It's looking like a very good ×10, and I'm still thinking if I will pull shards this weekend. All right, so that is coming up next. Alright, so talking about the ×10 champions for this shard weekend, we have Armina, Shatterbones, Deacon Armstrong, Sylar, Nethril, Lysandra, Lady Kimmy, and Blind Seer. All of these champions are actually pretty good, so all of these are turn meter champions. And I actually don't have any of those four legendaries, and the epics are actually also quite good. So it's a very tempting times 10 event, but do remember that next week we will have, or we are expecting, a times 2 sacred shard. So just make sure you're preparing for that one. All right, so let's talk about Armina here. She has a stun on her A1, decreased defense on her A2 with a turn meter steal if they are under decreased defense, and this one A3 decreases turn meter by 20% and will place stun if you fully deplete their turn meter. Very good champion. I actually use her in my Faction Wars team, and has a nice passive that increases her own turn meter by 10% each time an enemy receives a stun. So she pairs well with a lot of the champions here, like a Syl. So whenever Syl places those stuns, Armina will fill her turn meter and cycle back to her ability. So yeah, very cool champion. Number 2, we have, second epic we have is Shatterbones. One of the underrated champions in this game. Has a increase attack on all allies for 1 turn if this attack is crit. It's just the weak version though. And A2 is an AoE 3-hitter, decreases the turn meter by 30%. So quite a good A2. Also hits quite hard, and it's a triple hitter. And this A3 has a decreased speed 15%, so that's the small version, and fills the turn meter of all allies by 25%. Very solid champion. And if you're a new player in this game and you pulled him as one of your first epics, it's worth building him up. All right, next one is one of the more popular champions, and also a new one. I think it's just a release in the last few months, Deacon Armstrong, because he has this nice aura, 19% in all battles, and fills turn meter by 15%, decreases turn meter of enemies by 15%, and grants an extra turn, 3-turn cooldown. So that's basically a 2-turn cooldown. And then this one, AoE, decreased defense for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown, plus a leech on his A1. So really good champion. If you have him, whether you're early, mid game, or late game, you have to build him up to 60. All right, and the last one for the epics, which I don't have, this is the Void, is Sylar. Very good champion, and I really want to have her, which makes this times 10 very tempting. We have on her A3, places a decreased speed for 2 turns and decreases the turn meter of all enemies by 40%. 40%. That is quite huge. Plus, with the decreased speed, and that is not all. Her A1 and A2 are both AoE attacks, so she works well with a stun set. So just imagine you start off with the A3, you decrease turn meter by 40%, you land this decreased speed, and then the next time she gets a turn, she will AoE with a decreased accuracy, plus a chance to stun if she's wearing a stun set, plus the next turn she will do her A1, which will have another chance to stun if she's on a stun set. So yeah, I really want this champion. I'm going to, if I do pull her soon, whether this weekend or maybe in a times 2 void, I will definitely get her up to 60. She is one of the best epics in this game, in my opinion. All right, so those are for the epics. Now, legendaries. I don't have any of these. I would really love to have at least one of them. Nethril is the first one. Nethril has this triple hitter with poison, so if you're early game and you need a poisoner for the clan boss, you can use Nethril. Just make sure you turn off his A2 or A3. I'm not sure if that will be automatically turned off when you face the clan boss, but yeah, just to make sure, you just need him to A1 all of the time for the clan boss, and make sure that he has the Giant Slayer mastery. All right, but his A2 and A3 are also very good skills for waves. So this one has a stun, and if the stun is not placed, you will place decreased speed instead. So very good skill there. And this one decreases turn meter by 75%. Both are AoE skills, and he's definitely a very solid champion. Next one is probably, I think this is my most wanted champion, or I think first or second in my most wanted list for non-voids is, wait, if I remember where she is. There you go, Lysandra. I don't have her. I would really want her for my tag arena team, especially now that I've hit gold 1 and I want to stay in gold 1. I probably would need either a second arbiter or a Lysandra. So yeah, so this gal right here places increased speed on all allies for 2 turns, fills the turn meter of all allies by 30%, decreases turn meter of all enemies by 30%. So that is huge. 30 on both sides with an increased speed. That is an insane skill. Also has fully depletes target's turn meter on her A2 for a single target. And she has this nice speed aura by 24%. So I really want her. She is in my most wanted list for legendaries. And next one, let's go to Shadowkin. Also don't have this. Lady Kimmy. She has this decreased accuracy and decreased speed on her A2 plus an increased accuracy and increased speed on her A3. So it works both ways. She will buff your team and then she will debuff the other team. So yeah, and both of these are of course for the entire team. And yeah, just really cool. I hate facing her in the arena, especially if teams build her really fast, because now you can't place your debuffs and they're going faster while you're going slower. So she's definitely a pain to deal with in the arena. And last one is Blind Seer, Void Legendary. She has this. What's that? Yeah, her A1 is a 3-hitter. Each hit has a chance to decrease the turn meter by 15%. So that is why she's part of this ×10 group. All of them have something to do with turn meter. This one, A2, block debuff on all allies for 2 turns, shield on all allies for 2 turns. Quite a good skill. And this one is an AoE revive with a block damage. So yeah, very good champion. I would love to have her as well. But yeah, I don't have any of those for legendary, so it's very tempting. Let's take a look at my shards. So I have 14, 19, and 13. We just had a ×2 ancient. I'm still trying to build up my void shards, and of course we will have a ×2 sacred shard soon. I'm not sure. I'll think about it. But yeah, we are expecting that epic fragment event soon. So still, you know, while it's an epic champion and it's going to be easier, we still want to save shards for that one in case we get a summon rush or a champion chase. And also, yeah, we will have we are expecting to have a ×10 again during clan versus clan. So a ×10 right now and a ×10 right after that. So of course, you know that Plarium wants us to keep on pulling these shards and hopefully buy their packs, spend money on the game. But yeah, I'm still not going to spend money on this game, and we'll see if I can succeed as a free-to-play player. All right, that is it for this video. So many things happening in Raid. ×10 weekend, clan versus clan, probably a ×10 during clan versus clan, and then after that we will have the epic fragment champion, which of course I will put out a guide for that when we get the details for that event. All right, wow, so many things. That is it. I hope you found this useful. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.